Hello everyone and welcome back to another installment of my Unraid series. Today we're going to be discussing an application called Readarr. It's one of the forks of the R's. Basically what it's for is it's going to be used to look for PDFs or books, and this way you can have those made available onto your server, basically using the existing applications like Jackett and QB. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, let's go ahead and create a folder on the server for one of your Samba shares. And underneath the Samba share, we're going to create it as, let's go ahead and call it books. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our server there. All right, so we have our movies, we have music, we have TV shows. Let's go ahead and create another one called books. All right. And once that's done, let's go ahead and install our application, Readarr. So go ahead and go to the apps section and search for Readarr. It's just like that. And you're looking for one of the BinHex versions. That's the one I typically use. So go ahead and do the install. All right, so let's start off with the network type. The interface is going to be using a bridge connection. All right, the port number is 8787. The path config, we'll just leave this as is because it's not going to change. The media, however, this is where the books are going to be stored. Okay, we want to go to the actual folder where our books are actually located. So it's going to be under media and then books. So it's going to be mount user media books. All right. And that's the folder that we've designated for this. Next is going to be the path for the data, and this is the container path for our download files. So wherever you are downloading your files to using your QB BitTorrent or your whatever download application you're using, that's the path that you're going to use. So in our case, for this example, we're going to use the downloads folder. Okay. And the variable shared network, we can leave it as no for now. If you have different requirements, you can make those changes. But for this video and example, we're using no. Hit apply. All right, let's just give it a minute. Okay, the application has been downloaded and installed. All right, so let's go ahead and open it up. So let's go to the dashboard and you'll see BinHex Readarr, and we'll go to the web UI. All right, this is the authentication required. This is the initial configuration for Readarr, and basically what it's doing is we're just setting up a authentication login page if you wanted to have some type of security set to it. So in this case, we'll just go ahead and set it up. We're going to do a login page. Authentication required. You can do enabled. We'll go ahead and put in our username and password. All right, we'll go ahead and save that. Okay, and we need to do a few things before we get started actually playing with the Readarr application. First off, we need to establish a root folder. So when we did the initial installation of the container, I believe we set the folder, I believe the container path was going to be /media. So let's look for the root folder. All right, we can go ahead and call this books. All right, the path, something like media. There it is. All right, hit OK. And then all this stuff right here can pretty much just be left as is. All right, we'll hit save. All right, now that's done. Let's go ahead and set up the indexers and also the download client. So let's go to settings. Let's start off with the download client first. We're going to be using QB BitTorrent as before. All right, so we're using the IP address of 10.0.114, port 8080, username and password. Okay, we got that in there. Let's see, recent and older priorities. So this is, this can be set to last. All right. The initial say can be started. Sequential order in first and last and first. These can be left unchecked, but in my case, I'm using torrent queuing. So we can go ahead and check that. We have that enabled within QB. That's the only way these will work. Next is the content layout and tags. These can be left as is, and remove completed. Make sure that's checked, and that should be good. Let's go ahead and test it to make sure things are working. And it is. Okay. So that's the download client. Now let's go ahead and set up the indexers. All right. So let's go to our TourSnap. And just as we did before with sonar and Lidaar, we want to use the TourSnap search all link. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put that in here under the URL. But let's go ahead and grab that URL from our sonar. And then also let's go ahead and grab the API key from Jackett. Okay, and then seed ratio and tags, we can leave those as is. You can test it, but you're going to get some type of warning error, so it's only because we're using this one. Now if we were using a specific single type of indexer, then we would get a green check mark and then we can hit save. But in this case, we're just going to hit save. We might get a orange warning symbol or error. Not a big deal. Just go ahead and hit save again, and then it should go through. All right, so that's pretty much it. Now we can begin adding content. So let's go ahead and search for some type of book. So we can go to add now. I have no idea what book immediately to grab here, but we can do something like War and Peace. All right, so we can go ahead and search for a book. I can't think of any, so I'm just using the example I saw up here. Here's War and Peace. From here you can go ahead and select whichever book you're looking for. Alright. And then you can go ahead and select the root folder, which should already be selected. Your monitor all books, monitor new books. Okay, this is pretty much all the settings that you can pretty much leave as is. Start search for new book. Make sure you check that and add War and Peace. And okay, a book with this ID was not found. Let's use another one. Okay, looks like Eisenhower and War and Peace was available, or at least it's going to try to search for it. And so it's going to go out and begin to look for these different books using the torrents. Or using the indexers, and then they should be made available on the server for you to further reference in the future or whenever you have it available. But that's pretty much how you get the Readarr application working. Hope this helps. Hope it's useful for somebody. Besides that, I think that's pretty much it for today's video. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please feel free to drop me a message and we'll take a look at it, and I'll help you out the best way I can. All right, everyone, I appreciate it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.